you might pack for your Camino a rain jacket or poncho, right? You might pack an ultralight towel, which
You
is
can
which is super cool and handy, right?
you can even pack your blister kit.
But listen to me that listen on that. If you don't pack that one particular thing, your Camino will just crumble.
Can at least have it ultralight.
Nah. You cannot buy it. No, you can wait it.
What is it?
That's what we're going to talk about today. But just the spoiler alert, today we're going to talk about intention and why the intention is so powerful. And this is not this new age BS. It's not this new age thing of, yeah, let's all think about one thing. No. It's a pure psychology, science applied into the Camino de Santiago.
For example, it's like when you go to the grocery store
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have the shopping list.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
so you go
are you hungry?
and you're hungry. And you go around. What did I have to buy? What did I have to buy? You just buy chocolate, biscuit, anything. Nothing good.
Well,
Nothing good.
every time I go on the entrance of the supermarket, there's always this bakery thing, you know.
The
They
croissant,
trap you with the bakery, you know.
the donuts.
Oh, the donuts.
So you go out of the shopping store, the grocery store, with donut, but nothing of the essential. The shopping list is the intention.
Yeah. The intention, or for example, you know, the football team or the basketball team. I don't know, what do you play? When we were younger, we used to watch the American football, and the big guys, they used to like go together. They get the big hug, and they kind of get this.
Let's go. We can
Yes,
do it.
we can
We
do.
can do it.
That's the intention. That's the intention.
So starting at the beginning of Camino, we can do it.
if you literally, if you need it for a game, if you need it for a shopping, why do you think you don't need it for Camino de Santiago? And this is what we're going to talk about today. Packing all your essentials is crucial, but if you don't pack with you the intention, you're bound to fail.
You're bound to fail. It's so dramatic.
And by the way, hello everyone. If many people on the chat, as always, say hi, say where you're from, and when is your Camino? We're here to help you to sort out your Camino dilemmas. So ask any questions during the chat. Many beautiful people already there, right?
Yeah.
And let me know. Let us know it from the beginning. Do you do the intention settings? And
I'm sure Marcia does it.
and question, do you think actually it's important? I know a few people have been on the Camino. Duarte was on the Camino. Odalis did the Camino, right? Do you think the Camino intention is important? So, as we said to you today, we are Ricky.
Caminotellers.
Caminotellers. We all about Camino. We walk Camino. We talk Camino. If it would be a dish, we would probably eat it as well.
Camino dish.
For the first, second, and the dessert. And a part of that, we are the proud puppies, parents of the puppy.
Puppy parents. Oh, parent? Someone called us like this.
And actually, he's asleep, so we have a time to do that.
Let's see how long it lasts.
What else? And we are co-hosts, we hosts and organizers of Pre-Camino Retreat, and also Beautiful Journal. That's us. No more about us. Let's talk about Camino and you. And by the way, this episode is brought to you, rather, it's protected by Wangari, right? Guys, Wangari, it's not only a blister guard. Hear me on this. It's a statement. It's a statement that you collaborate with nature. It's a statement that you appreciate whatever is made naturally, right? Because thousands of kilos, maybe I'm exaggerating a bit. This is the
like always.
but kilos of plasters and blister pads
That's not.
are on the Camino all the time, hiking the Camino, and this is the natural wool that is protecting not only this episode but the entire Camino of ours. But we're going to talk about it later. Head to the website.
It's in the description on the video, but we're going to talk about it later.
www.vongari.com. Wow. I know I prepared the beautiful slide. Hold on, let me put the slide there. Are you ready for that? 1, 2, and 3.
Proud of you.
So, guys, why intention
so
matters?
excited.
We all new into this stuff, right? Why intention matters?
Gives you direction.
By intention, not even going to Camino de Santiago, right? Just like and understanding the foundation, why we need an intention. See? Any ideas? Any field of life that you can apply the intention to?
Direction, I didn't mean only on the path.
I knew.
In life.
I knew you in life itself.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you going to run, right? You don't run
to gain the marathon, to gain the competition, or
to win, right?
Yeah, I'm not running to win, to ride first. I'm running, and the intention is saying how you want to show up. Like, I want to run and enjoy every moment. Even if I fall, I will welcome it with a smile. That's an intention.
That's intention. That's intention. And it seems to me that we need the intention. Like, for example, in my idea, no? Whenever we have to tidy the house, clean the house and tidy up the house.
What a chore.
We're bringing you to actually to a daily day coexistence and living matters. So sometimes we have to clean the house, right?
Sometimes.
Especially with the dog.
More often.
So when we come back from hikes, we bring lots of mud to home, and then we have lots of sand and yeah. So doing the chores itself, you said it beautifully before, no? Doing the chores is one thing.
Yeah, if you think, oh, I need to clean the house, it's a chore, no? But if you say, I want a place to relax and restore, then you clean with more pleasantly, no? That's the intention.
That's the intention. So you see the difference between having the intention and not having the intention, doing things because you have to, and changing it from the other angle. Anyways, maybe we can say hello to everyone who's on the chat today, because there is plenty of people.
We have Michelle, Cheryl, Hans, Ross, and Ginny, maybe Olga, Hiker, Miss Missy, Marcia, Duarte, Odalis, Mark and Linda, Paul, Henry, Paula. I think I said everyone. I hope I didn't forget anyone, because there is Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I hope I didn't forget anyone.
Happy days, guys. Let us know what you think about Camino. Let us know what you think about intentions. Do you apply it to your day-to-day life? Because everyone has a different experience, right? So coming back to the subject, we have an intention, yeah, and we have expectations.
That's a big confusion, no?
Because it seems on the first glance, it seems that all is the same.
Yeah, but no, it's not.
What do you mean it's not? It's not.
Expectation is a bit like focusing on the result. Not only that, but also leaving the responsibility to the outside of you, to something that is not in control.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would agree.
While intention is
all about you.
It's about me. It's what I can do. It's about taking responsibility of my own actions.
Yeah, but not about you, your egoistic you, but rather the you of how am I actually, how do I feel, right?
Like I said before, how I want to show up.
Hmm. So, for example, what would be the misconception about taking expectation into intuition, intention?
Sorry, I was reading the comment.
No worries, no worries. You read the comment. I'm gonna just.
Okay, okay. It was a rhetoric question.
So, what would be the idea? Because we spoken to many pilgrims. We spent days after finishing our caminos on the Praça de Obradoiro in the main square of Camino de Santiago, when the cathedral is, and we go with the camera. We talk to people, and we there's someone's arriving, and we're like, "Hi, how are you?" And it's like, "Ah, yeah, Caminotellers." And sometimes they don't. They're like, "No, no money, no money." They don't
Do
know.
you look like a beggar?
And so, yeah, I'm not gonna shave, but like sometimes I'm approaching people, we're approaching people, and we're asking them questions, and many of them said in the beginning they like, oh, I had expectations about so many things, right? And then at the end of the day, it boils down into the expectations are those that hinder your camino, right?
Because yeah, yeah. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna walk 25 kilometers every day. I'm gonna have great weather." I'm just saying, great weather. I'm gonna finish on the 2nd of July Camino.
Oh,
And then something happens. You have to stop, or you want to stop even,
uh-huh.
and you don't finish on the 2nd of July. So what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Disappointment.
Disappointment. Disappointment. I think, yeah, disappointment. What does the chat say about the intentions, baby?
Sherry says intention is a part of my daily life.
Hmm.
Mm.
How do you do it, Cheryl? How do you bring intentions into your daily life?
Is it through journaling or yeah,
Practical. How do you
yeah.
do in practical way?
In practical.
Yeah. Like journaling, yeah. Oh, hmm. Yeah, that's a good question. So, um,
Ross is saying, like everything in life, your expectations never live up to reality. I assumed that the Camino would be only for very religious people, but it was far more spiritual than I first thought. Yeah.
this episode could be only about expectations of Camino de Santiago. But we decided to take it from a different angle. We decided to concentrate on something as positive as intentions, right? Because if you concentrate on the negative things, nothing good gonna come with that. But if you concentrate on these positive things like intentions and the good vibes, that's what can bring you one step forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the question is how to bring the intention settings into the Camino de Santiago,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because now you understand, at least I understand that that's important. That's just important. Because this is my compass, right? This is my way of I can fix my direction, whichever the direction is, into my camino,
Mm-hmm.
right? You have some stories about it, baby, because I can see you
No,
smiling.
no, I'm just, I would like to read what people are saying in the chat. First of all, Cheryl is saying meditating and journaling. How she said
Number
intention.
one.
Marsha said, because you were saying how to bring daily life into Camino, but Marsha is doing the other way around because she came back from Camino. So, one intention I set was to go with the flow and stay in small towns in the middle of stages. At home now, I also try to go with the flow.
Mm, mm.
Wilma, it's best not to have expectations, but to be present to the day, the path, the day, and the people. Hmm. Miss Missy, I set my intentions while walking. It's been proven when your body is moving and you intentionally think about it, it comes to you.
It seems obvious. It seems obvious, like breathing, for example, like walking or like breathing. Yeah, intention is always in my life. But if you think about it, your breathing is we breathe in the way that's not really correct. We breathe through the chest, right? Because it's a stressful way of breathing. When the kids are born, they breathe like inflating the stomach,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if you once you grow older and you grow more anxious, you suddenly breathe through your chest. Try
Yeah,
it yourself, eh?
when the anxiety and stress kicks in,
Hmm.
when you're already a kid.
We do a lot this exercise. If you put two hands just on you, and then you see which hand is raising.
Now I'm breathing through the stomach because I'm more conscious.
Ah! So which one is raising first and big and more, right? If it's the top one, that means that you've anxiety, probably chronic anxiety, right? So the same happens with intention. You know, say I said my intention. Oh yeah, my intention is with me every day. No, really, really. Do you?
I need to remind myself every day.
Mm.
I don't remember. Sometimes my mind gets so busy that the intention goes at the back.
And what do you do then? What happened then?
I need to journal more.
But does it have any consequence when you forget to actually set the intention?
It's forgetting how I want to show up.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe I want to show up. I want to be patient even when the dog proves my patience. But if I don't remind myself,
Mm-hmm.
I lose my patience.
Mm.
I need to
That's
be
true.
conscious and remind myself
That
through meditating, like Sherry was saying, through journaling.
and this is actually a really interesting thing because I remember one person once said about the meditation. He said the meditation, the most important part of the meditation is before the meditation.
The intention before the meditation.
Just before, yeah? So means you sit down, set the intention and everything, then the meditation goes on for everyone who's into meditation, right? So I think it's the same with Camino, okay? It's suddenly we take this subject of intention now and throw it straight to what we're here for. Camino de Santiago and the long distance hike pilgrimages. Tell me a story about your intention.
My intention or
Yeah,
my expectation.
whatever you have. Tell a story.
For me, I was I was telling Ricky. I don't know if you knew this story actually. No?
I don't think so.
Okay. When I did the first Camino, I said, "Oh, it's gonna be an amazing journey. It's gonna be life changing. I will come up so transformed." And that was my expectation.
No.
That was my expectation. So I was walking. So why isn't it not transformative? Why am not changed? Why isn't it life changing? And then for me, it was something subtle happening during Camino and unlocking few parts of me that were really, really down. But it wasn't like a change overnight
Mm-hmm.
that I changed and it changed my life as soon as I reached Santiago. No, it took me a slow journey and it put me in the right direction
Mm-hmm.
where I needed to go. But it's funny because my expectation was it needs to be transformative now.
I think it's for everyone like this, you know. Suddenly you wake
Because you read so many things, you watch so many things. Okay, it's transformative. It's gonna be for me too.
you wake up at the first second day of the Camino. It's like, oh,
So transformative.
am I different now? Am I different? Am I changed? You're like, no, no, still
It
the
was
same,
the
still the same.
same.
And then you know the funny thing is you're coming back home after the Camino, and you still feel no, I haven't changed. No, I'm still the
Well, it
same.
depends.
But then you know other people see this person is a bit different.
Like yesterday, we were talking with Len, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday we were like small parentheses. We were having a catch-up call with people who came to our retreat, and we were talking with Len,
Yeah. Wow.
and you could see his aura,
Mm-hmm.
like peace.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was aura of peace.
It's just a quick digression of how we actually don't see our transformed the change that we are.
I don't think he sees his own aura.
But let me concentrate on this expectation that you had.
Sorry.
So
Yeah.
so instead of the intention on your first Camino, you apply the expectation.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the way I was used to do things.
Mm-hmm. And
Like imagining things, projecting. Yeah.
I can hear you go really frustrated, right?
Of course. I was imagining like I don't know, an angel coming down the sky, a miracle, having this vision of my life.
Still the same, still the
Yeah.
same. So that's important. You see that, like, intention, or rather expectation, right? Not to set in the wrong expectations. Yeah. Just by the way, if you're just connecting to us, as always, say hi, say where you're from, use the comments, give us a subscribe if you're on the YouTube, right? Subscribing and like to this video so many other people can know how important are the things, not only what to pack, not only where to go, but always also this other aspect of Camino de Santiago, which is invisible, right?
Mhm.
Invisible, like mental strength, like emotional thing, which yes or yes, you will experience on your Camino.
Ray says, my Camino didn't change my life, but it did help me to refocus on more important things in my life. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, you just know where to put your focus, know where your priority are, know which one is the noise that you don't need.
True, true.
And it's not a transformation that happens overnight, but it's something that you realize, it puts you in the right direction.
So I would say I would call the expectations the other face of the intention, right? Like yin and yang, right?
Yin and yang.
Jing and yang. So that's how I would call it. But I will bring you the different story. Let me see if I have it here. Oh, I have it here actually. Hold on. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, 1,
1,
2,
2,
3.
3, 1, 2, 3. And it's this big cupboard of things of the Camino. I have something.
It's like Mary
Yeah,
Poppins
I have something here. Okay.
with a nice bum.
Thank you very much. So have a look at this. Okay. Have a look at this. There's not printed money. No, we're not doing this business in Caminotellers. This is called Osame Fuda. Okay. And then brings us to the beautiful story that we 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 share sometimes. Okay, this is from our last pilgrimage in Japan that we did. A long pilgrimage, right? 88 temples of Shikoku.
And 1,200 kilometers. When are we gonna have the documentary?
Soon,
Soon.
soon. We're just putting things together. Anyways, so this is a name slip. Okay,
Wish slip.
a wish slip.
Name slip. In case you don't remember your name, write it down in case it slips.
So the story is, we went for the pilgrimage in Japan, okay, which is similar like Camino, right? You have to walk with the, and then there is this. It's a pilgrimage itself, right? A different
Similar but different.
different scenery, but and long story short, um, we went overpacked. We took
But it's not like we overpacked.
no,
It's
no,
like
no,
we
no.
just wanted to camp.
We wanted to camp the first time in our life. It was like, we're gonna be happy campers. We took a tent, we took ultralights, everything. And when we arrived there, they told us that the part of the pilgrimage is to carry extra bag full of details, like this one, like candles.
It's just to have the rituals in every temple that you go.
And yeah, because the Buddhist tradition is all about rituals. Well, any tradition, any religion is about rituals, right? So what would you do? You would go to the temple, and twice in each temple you would write your wish on this slip of paper, and you would leave it over there. And we said, our bag is too big.
I have the intention here. It's enough.
It's enough. It's enough. I don't have to do any of the rituals. Because anyway, I don't even. I'm not Buddhist, right? Why would I do it? That's the first thing. Like, why would I do it? Um, but we went walking for another 300 kilometers without this, and suddenly, approaching the temple 27 out of 88, we met a couple, and they were like super concentrated, writing things just there, and we're like, guys, what are you doing, right? Because you talk to people all over the
The
world,
only people talking English.
yeah. And you were like, what are you doing, guys? And I was like, we're just writing our wishes in every temple. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah. And in that moment, in that particular moment, I realized, you remember that? I realized that we need to follow all the rituals from that pilgrimage to make it unforgettable.
Yes, Erika, let's go to the shop and buy everything for the ritual.
Because I understood, it's not just like, for example, no, you go inside of the place in the temple. You can easily say in a church, you go, you see the church, do 3 pictures, and you go out. No,
Yeah, that was what we were doing.
that's all we were doing until
Picture, and they were all the same, the temples.
they didn't understand what's going on. But once you got deeper into it, you write your name here, you write your wish, and then you leave it in the temple. And the best part is if you take it from a temple to the temple, and you take this wish, call it intention, you take it with you, and you're making every step count.
Well, also you remind yourself
Uh-huh.
every time.
Every
When you forget, you arrive to another temple, you have to remind yourself again. And it was really powerful. Really powerful.
And imagine,
Imagine 72 days of doing this. At least twice a day.
Mhm.
Then if you had 4 temples in a day,
So that's why we have entire section, entire episode about intention, because we brought it from Japan, and we understood how important for everyone is actually to work with the intentions. It can change everything. I will tell you even more. From a Camino de Santiago walk, intention can make a Camino de Santiago a pilgrimage.
wow.
That's what I think. That's what I think. So this is the story, right? And now actually why we have it here, because we came back, and every day, maybe nearly every day,
Nearly
let's
every
be
day.
honest, nearly
Now
every
with the
day.
dog,
Yeah, we know habits.
every
So nearly every day we write things down, and we have our wishes how to start the day. So now, question of the day. What do you think, guys, about that? Not only about my
Maria is
mom.
saying, you're making me want to book a flight and go. Do it.
Do it. You won't regret it, Maria. Eh? You won't regret it.
Cheryl, when I walk the Camino, I have the intention to stay in the moment. David, I had no intentions. I didn't know what I wanted and only discovered what the Camino was about weeks after.
Hmm. This is also the beautiful thing, to give yourself a space just to discover, right? Just like, okay,
Open to whatever comes to you.
because you might not have.
And that could be the intention, sorry. Being open.
It's an intention.
That's an intention. Be open.
So, David, you had the intention.
You were quite open. You were quite open. David was at our retreat and you were quite open. Whatever happens, you were ready for it.
So talking about that, if you talk about David, and then we talk about the intentions, just to mention, guys, we have a last spot on our pre-Camino retreat in May, in September 2025, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna share the.
And this is a beautiful moment of 3 days before your Camino, to go deeper into what actually really matters.
Mm-hmm.
Go deeper into what makes the Camino de Santiago not just to walk, but a transformative and unforgettable experience. Okay, and I'm not exaggerating, really. We did five retreats this year, and we've experienced people and the joys of people who've been arriving to the venue, right, grounding before the Camino, and then with a clear mind, with the feeling of I'm ready, with a feeling, okay, now I can start, they were moving forward.
Mm-hmm. Marcia said, I'm so glad I came to your retreat to unwind from traveling from the US and to set the intentions.
This is one of the things we work on, you
Yeah.
know. So it doesn't mean that now we talk about that, and there is much more to the intention than just the 1 hour that we have in the conversation.
And we work on letting go, mindfulness, gratitude. There are a lot of community as
We
well.
have we have a master class of how to use the pole, walking
Trail
poles,
mastery masterclass.
how to adjust the backpack, what to take out from your backpack just before you go. This is super crucial, right? I remember the girl, she we sent like 2 kilos,
4 kilos.
4 kilos. 4 kilos is like 8 pounds.
So maybe it was
Yeah, 2 kilos.
2 kilos 4 pounds.
We
2 kilos 4 pounds.
before
Okay.
she even started, we unpacked. We went down into the details like this is not, you're not gonna need, and she finished.
Yeah, she finished. And when we had the post Camino call, she said, I'm so happy I did I sent it forward.
So
it makes a difference,
it
eh?
makes a big difference, guys. So we still have last spots, and the early, super early price, it's nearly gone.
Until 1st of December.
So use this chance, get this special offer, and share the good news with everyone who's starting the Camino. Only 2 Caminos next year,
Two retreats.
May and September. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
check the dates, go to our website, and be happy.
I love that David started with the Camino and is not stopping. He just got accepted for the Pacific Crest Trail and he's gonna start on the 14th of March. We are
Hold
looking forward so much to.
hold on. Guys, David on the chat, David, beautiful, beautiful person. He did French way,
French way.
right? He started in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port
On the 9th of May.
on the going out of the Camino
On the retreat, yeah.
retreat. He did the French way, and he went to then he went to Australia, right?
Yeah.
Then he went to Australia.
He's not stopping.
Wow. If I had a hat, Mr. David, I would just took it.
Use the Japanese hat to take it off.
This is wild. PCT, right? PCT. And if I can say, David is 70. That makes a big difference,
Yeah.
right? That makes it, if you say, oh, yeah, I'm 40, 50, it's okay.
Or 30. But David,
it's
hats off.
70.
Like, it's never too late. There is always a new chapter in your life.
So what are you waiting for? If not even PCT, come for the Camino. Yeah?
Yeah.
Come for the Camino. So now we're in this moment that we're going to talk of how to really apply, because this is all big words, this is all big stories. We've been here, there, we do the intentions, but how does it really work?
Mm-hmm.
Right? How does one can start here and now, especially on the Camino, right? Because we talk about life, but this is all applied to the Camino. How can you use the tool of intention to make your Camino much more relaxed, to make the Camino a pleasant experience? Because that's the only reason you actually would do it, right? Why are you laughing? You're always laughing. And I don't know if I should take it personally or.
When do you take personally when I laugh at you?
So to do the things in here and now, I would say one thing: start with the easiest thing. Okay, start with the thing that I do not I do not mind the weather today on the Camino. Okay, this is the big thing. Okay, Yes,
I remember another intention.
like I'm gonna show you. This, this is one of
A
the
mental note.
this is one of the ponchos. One of the why we talk about ponchos, because people are scared of water, and
Well, no, if you come from Scotland.
not really, not really. Ross, Jenny, not really, right? But people sometimes they said no, like this year there was a hurricane Kirk in Galicia. People go wet, and now I'm telling you, I'm asking. I have an expectation of I gonna have a beautiful weather on the Camino.
Mm.
Go with the intention I gonna accept any weather today
With a smile.
with a smile. So this is the first, the most easy one to do, right? This is the most down to earth. Start the day with the intention. So it could be anything. It could be something like, um, I want to talk to someone today, right? I want to smile to people today, and then let it go. Intention is not something that you cling to. Intention is not something that you should write. I spoken to two people, one, two. No,
Check.
check. Intention is something that you set once. It's like a timer, and it goes behind, like it goes in the background, right? And then when you go to the end of the stage, which at the end of the day, you take out the journal. You can do it mentally, but the journaling, it has a power into it. You take the journal and then you start. What was the intention? How did it happen? Do I making it easy?
Are you making it?
Yeah, yeah. Because some people say, no, you talking abstract thing.
I say that you talk abstract, not people.
So that's common sense, right?
Mhm.
And it's gonna get difficult on the Camino. Not only the weather, but you probably many things are gonna go not as you planned.
Ray says it rained on my four. It rained on my 4 days in a row. I got bronchitis. Bronchitis? Do you pronounce it this way?
Bronchitis.
Bronchitis. Bronchitis. I don't know. Duolingo teacher. But that's okay. It was worth it.
Yeah, that's a beautiful attitude. That's yeah, yeah,
Mm.
definitely. So this could go wrong. Many other things can go wrong. Injuries. Guys, we have many friends who got injured. It's not to say any bad,
No,
but
it can
it can
happen. A
happen, right?
blister can happen. Rain can happen.
You get to the place and there's no bed for you. You get into the bed, you get into albergue, and you get the bunk bed, upper upper bed, and you cannot move because you just did 25 kilometers. Like, no. And then when expectation goes away and intention comes handy,
I have a roof.
whatever it is, right? So yeah, so this is something that how what would be the other ways to apply the intentions into Camino?
This is how I would apply it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I, I love this. I love the phrase that I read the other day, which is called the Camino is where your intention meets reality. Okay, it's easy to set an intention like I will embrace discomfort.
But then the reality come, you have blisters, you cannot walk, you have to walk on your heels. You're just
We've been there, guys. We don't telling you stories. We've been there. Like we don't get lots of blisters because we do prevent blisters before they happen, right? But we do get tired also, eh? Especially if Erica decides to walk 50 kilometers a day. That brings me to the moment. By the way, if you're just connecting to us, say hi, say where you're from, and say when is your Camino because it's good to have you here and also connect with the community.
you can connect with other people starting on the same date.
Exactly. Share your dates of the Camino. On share your doubts on the Camino, I'm going to answer the question also, right?
Yeah.
And what I wanted to say, because we were something talking about the blisters. Hold on,
Mhm.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Guys, this is crucial.
We were talking before about the Wongari.
This is crucial because I think that our job in general, our our the
Mission.
mission is to help you walk in the Camino de Santiago or any other pilgrimage, right? Not just walking, transforming if we can, okay?
Enhancing it.
Enhancing it. So we talk about intuition, intention, we talk about packing ponchos, we talk about
We are gonna talk about every aspect.
we've been
also.
talking already
We've
for
been
years.
talking about. Yeah. Do you see that we talk a lot?
No, we don't. No, we've been talking about many subjects already. And there is one subject that people, it happens to everyone, blisters. And you know what?
These are not blisters, huh?
And this is anti-blisters. And my idea, okay, let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. If you get the blisters, it's too late.
Yeah, it's like when you have sore tooth and you go to the dentist. It's already too late.
So you first of all you walk too much. If you have blisters, you walk too much. Your shoes weren't broke
You have you have bad shoes and you didn't try them on long enough before the Camino.
Many reasons, right?
Yeah.
It could be raining.
Raining a lot, bad socks.
So the thing is, why not to prevent those things? Why simply not to prevent? Let's be common sense people. I'm really, let's be common sense. If you can prevent it, why not? If you can brush your teeth every day, why not? Why you laugh?
I don't know if that's good example, like metaphor. If you can brush your teeth, why not?
So the same happens on the Camino, guys. And we walked a lot. And sometimes we have rashes. We have those spots on our feet because we use feet, right, for walking. So those rashes and what happened? Then you have to, or you put the plaster, which could be inconvenient, and
then you peel off the skin.
yeah, that's not really cool stuff. And then there is also some blister pads, but it all for us, it's a temporary solution, but not what we found the best. Okay, that's why Wongari, it's a merino lamb's wool products. Okay, look at that. Yo, I know what I want to do. Hold on.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas!
This is actually a lamb's wool, guys. Christmas coming, right? And all you have to do, easy to use, guys, easy to use. You put it around the problem.
Yeah, the prone areas, no, for
Done.
For friction.
Done.
Around your toes.
Done.
Around your heel.
Okay. Let me.
It looks like that it will take a lot of space in the shoe, but it doesn't, because as soon as you put your socks, it sticks to your skin and it doesn't move.
Happy days.
Yeah, and it helps with the friction and with the moisture.
Let's see how long is this. This is okay. No, I can see.
It looks like Christmas decoration.
So if you go in for Camino, you need something for blisters, this is the product. But if you need some Christmas decoration, fancy Christmas decoration, you can also use Wongari Blister Guard.
And it's really soft.
And natural.
Yeah.
The most important thing for me, apart of that it's common sense, it's that it's natural and cruelty free.
Yeah. You can find the link in the description of the video, and I'm gonna share it now also in the chat. Maria is asking, is it used after applying Vaseline? You don't need Vaseline. You don't need Vaseline. You can just use this and you don't have the friction because this is fluffy and you just wrap it around your toes, your heel. You don't need anything else.
When we got contacted by Wongari about this, and there was like those merino ships from Australia, and it was like, man, merino is the best thing ever. I could have a dog and a merino ship.
You look after the merino ship, though.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. And that's just a miraculous. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, we love it. We love it, guys. Um, and I have a hold on. I have one more. No, I don't have one of those fancy things that I made. So this is about common sense. Many things gonna happen on the Camino: blisters, injuries. Um, some the, the list of things that can go wrong exceeds my talking abilities. Okay, but there is one cure to all of this:
The blister
intention.
woo? Oh.
Intention. Coming back to intention, because that that is like this is like this, the safety jacket, the life jackets that you have around you in whatever happens. you know Many of our friends call us during the Camino. I remember someone had a broken hip. I remember someone had broken knee. um it's not cool, eh? Like those things happen because you put your body into constant effort. That's why preparation is so important, right? You cannot just say, oh, I'm gonna go tomorrow. No, take your time, get easy. But what happened in a situation that you prepared for entire life for the Camino, and suddenly today you have the injury, you cannot walk anymore?
Look at Marsha. I want to use the example of Marsha.
Okay.
Marsha is in the chat. Marsha was on our retreat. We met her in Burgos, and she had knee injury.
Yeah.
She said that her intention, she mentioned before, was to go with the flow. And she did go with the flow because she got an injury to the knee and she was heartbroken. Marsha, you can confirm on the chat.
That was, yeah, a
Because
big moment.
she thought that her Camino was over. But instead, she went with the flow and she took it day by day. She, for maybe 3 4 days,
Mm-hmm.
she took a taxi to the next destination,
Mm-hmm.
and then she got better. She walked 2 kilometers today and took a taxi.
Oh,
Then,
you send you big hug,
yeah,
Marsha, eh?
then walked a little bit more because the knee was holding up good. And in the end, she finished. She got to Santiago. So this is the beautiful manifestation of how the intention works. She said, I want to go with the flow. She
Uh,
didn't book to go back home. She just went with the flow and she finished.
If we can recall the situation we started. No, we started. She finished the retreat and she went, and then we joined in Burgos. Right, we walked, and in Burgos we met in this little table in the cafeteria, and we were three of us sitting there, and it was a bit of sad moment, because what can you say in the moment that you cannot walk anymore? What can you say? No, intention is what you should do. No, you cannot do those things, right?
Mm.
and and I remember Marsha had eyes full of tears, heart full of will, but then reality check. No, I cannot do, like, come on, the knee is the knee.
Yeah, the health is the most important thing.
And yeah, hats off. I'm so impressed by all the community that are there, and like David going to PCT, 70 years old, Marsha finishing the Camino with
The recovery from the injury, no?
recovery from on the Camino itself. So amazed.
Because she was also open to, she didn't have a certain date for arrival because she was open to anything and
Hmm.
that anything can happen. So she had plenty of time to finish, to recover and to finish.
Yeah, there was a moment. um so you see, whenever someone says Camino de Santiago is amazing adventure, and all
It
people,
hurts.
it hurts, it can hurt, it will hurt, and you might have an injury also, and you might don't feel good about. In many days you'll be wishing to come back home. In those moments, there is one thing that can save your life:
Mm.
a simple intention of, I will do, for example, I will do the best as I can today. It's not about the distance. I'm amazed about the people who say, I walk 25 kilometers every day. every day.
With the Indian accent.
Every day. So no. I spend lots of time in India, guys, so that I have
Every now and then he comes with this Indian accent.
So it's not about walking every day 25 kilometers. It's about doing the best as you can
with what you have.
with what you have. That's what intention boils down to, right? Hold on.
Thank you, Marcia, for being an inspiration. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, yeah. Because, like, that's wow. Hold on, let me bring one more of these because I did some, hold on. Even with the bird singing. So don't leave it behind. Okay, that's the conclusion part because we're getting into 1 hour mark. Don't leave it behind. Get to simple tools. And the simple tool is something that doesn't occupy any space. It doesn't cost anything. I would tell you even more, it doesn't wait. Right?
Didn't you say it already?
No.
Ah.
You can take it with you everywhere. Not only on the Camino, but in the life, in a daily, day-to-day basis. Saved our life, made our Caminos.
Also more, I would say it made it more conscious.
Yeah. Every step was more into, okay, why I'm doing it, why I'm here. So take it with you. Try it. Don't take it for granted. Say
no Camino, but here on your daily life.
Try it before. Well, then you're gonna get to Camino. You will see the power of it because I'm really believer of one thing. You should not try new things on the Camino.
Tried on our skin.
I'm the first one who sinned. I'm the first one who actually tried the new gear on the Camino. I'm the first one who tried 5 cameras instead of
all like breaking them in during Camino.
You do not try things on the Camino because there's no space for that. So better to do it before. As someone said, the most important part of the Camino is the preparation for the Camino.
Who said that?
I.
I know. I think you said it.
Not the preparation of where to go, where to stay, which is also important, but the preparation of those invisible things, intention settings, fighting with your expectations, and seeing the limitations that one puts on oneself. Yeah, because once you're there, once you're on the Camino, it's too late. Like it can be too late, right? What is the chat saying here?
Roy says, at times my leg hurt so much that I knew if I stopped to rest, it would be much more difficult to start again. So I walked through the pain. Keep going, keep moving forward. Pain is temporary.
There is a beautiful, bring David also.
David says, I can't leave it behind now. It has given me so much confidence in life. I just keep finding new adventures.
Yeah, David.
Once the door is open, you won't close it anymore.
Yeah.
Mark, this live stream is making my heart explode with intentions of curiosity. Thankfully, our entire you, everyone.
And this is actually the ripple effect, guys. We're going to close down with the ripple effect of intention, because if you set the intention, if you appear, if you come with the attitude, with a good attitude, you know what? It's contagious. It spreads. It's like a virus, the virus of good vibes. Okay, we have enough of crazy situations all over the world. We enough of it. Let's be the soldiers of the good vibes.
It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
If I'm good, it's contagious for you, and then it's contagious for all the people around us. It's a ripple effect.
So let's just say, don't be selfish. Don't be selfish and set the intention today and see how unconsciously you can affect other people, and maybe unconsciously you change someone's life for better. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for for
Thank
being
you.
here today with us. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, sharing beautiful comments over there, beautiful sharing, right? And let us know what are the things that you want to know about, right?
For
Because
the next topics.
for the next topics, because we love talking about history. We talk a lot about stories. We love to talk stories. I think they're our favorite, right?
Your favorite.
But let us know what are you missing for your Camino. Let us know what are your doubts for the Camino and connect to us. Remember, preparing for 2025, if you feel like knowing more, connect with us. We're going to have a special program, and let's close it down with the video of our retreats. Remember, last spots available, right?
4 in May, 5 in September.
5 is September. And remember, next week, see you. And you see, actually, the blue is not awake.
Blue is been sleeping for 2 hours.
We didn't kill him, he's just asleep.
We promise.
So, big hugs for you. And as they say on the Camino de Santiago,
Buen camino.
before, hold on. Do you know what about the intentions? What about Ultra and Susea? They also intentions, like setting the intention. But anyway, we're going to talk about in the next episode, all right?
Ciao, chicos.
Ciao.
And the baby's up now.
The only thing standing between you and walking the Camino is believing you can. This is our essence, building a community that stands beside you, helping you feel ready for the greatest adventure of your life. When you arrive at the journey within retreat, you find a safe space for you to be yourself, to share your story, and to simply breathe. Some search for days or weeks on the Camino to uncover their path, to uncover their purpose. At our retreats, we'll help you connect with yourself, feel your emotions, find harmony, and release what weighs you down before you begin. You will connect with fellow pilgrims, forming bonds that last throughout the Camino and beyond. Here, strangers become friends, and friends become family. The Camino is more than a path. It does not end in Santiago. It is not just about the destination, but the journey itself, and each step on the Camino expands your mind, fills your heart, and renews your spirit. It's a journey of confidence and clarity, guided by intentions that empower you for the pilgrimage ahead. Our greatest joy is giving back to our community.
Great experience with so much love.
The retreat feels like home to me.
Absolutely fantastic.
Love with everybody that's here.
Magical people, Ricky and Erica, thank you so much for making this happen.
Together, we create this dream. Your spirit is unique. Bring your gifts, your stories, and your kindness, and offer them freely. Camino de Santiago is a lifetime experience. Join our retreats and make it unforgettable.